Hey Stampers, it's Jennifer Sinceri with Stampin' Up, and today I've got a great, fun watercolor technique for you. We're going to be using the stamps out of the Tropical Chic stamp set, and this is what we're going to make. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to need watercolor paper. It is thicker and more fibrous, and so it can take water and it won't break apart as easily. You're also going to need one of our clear blocks, and I just say that because it is going to fit the piece that we need. Okay. You're also going to need our Stampin' Spritzers. These are really fun. It's like a little water bottle sprayer. You get 2 for $3, which is a great bargain. All right, let's go ahead and get started. For our ink, we are using Stampin Write pens. So today I'm using Blueberry, Bushel, Garden Green, and Old Olive. All right, and these have 2 ends. One is a fine point, and then we want to be using the brush end. And what you're going to do is you're going to brush the ink directly on the clear block. We use these to hold our stamps, but I bet you didn't know that you could use it for watercolor painting. Okay, so I'm going to do about 1/3 of my block. Okay, I want to make sure I get that all nice and inked up. All right, and then I'm going to use the Garden Green. Let's get the rights. I'm going to go a little bit into that blue to blend it. And then I'm going to use the Old Olive. Oop, wrong one. Okay. Oops. All right. Now, we're going to take the spritzer and we're going to spritz this very lightly. Make sure you don't spray your face. And as you can see, the ink has already started to wet, ball up. We're going to put our watercolor paper, and oops, before I do that, I need to use the piercing mat, because if I don't, it's not going to show up. Makes it a little bit cushy. All right. There we go. Now, if you don't like part of that, then you would just re-spritz this, and I'll show you. Maybe that part didn't get wet, and then you could put it back. Okay? Totally up to you. I have a piece that I already, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and use this one because the other one is for the other part, and I forgot. See, that's what happens when I'm trying to make these fast for you. Okay, now the stamping part. We're going to use the Whisper White ink pad. Something about this, it comes actually uninked, and then you get the ink. This is not really ink consistency. It's more like a paint. Okay, and you can see where the ink is at. It's very creamy. And I have my stamps. Just going to dab. And I'm going to put, let's see, I'll put one. Let's make sure that's dry enough. Okay. There we go. Get one more. There. And I think I want to use this one. We'll put it, actually I want to go this direction. And then I'm going to use the smaller one. And we'll do it there. Okay. Now, because this is very creamy and like paint, we're going to need to let that dry before we can assemble our card. Fortunately, I have another one that I did in advance. I keep knocking my stand today. So there it is. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my card together. All right, some of the things that we're going to need to assemble our card. Let me get those pieces. Okay, so I pre-cut out some dies. So I have our little ferns. These are the tropical thinlit dies, and they complement the tropical chic. Okay, so this is in our annual catalog, tropical chic, tropical thinlit dies. And I'm also using the new Tropical Oasis DSP. This is actually in the mini catalog. Okay, and I have Old Olive, and this is Blueberry Bushel. This is just a standard card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I cut my sheet of paper 5 1/2, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. Okay, and then I cut out another mat, and this is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And I want to trim this a little bit because I want to show our Blueberry Bushel. So I'm going to use my paper cutter and just trim off those ends just a little bit. Okay. And I'm just trimming off the little bits of white on the ends. Okay. Now we'll take our snail adhesive and 4 corners. Okay. Make sure it's centered. Press down. All right, now I'm going to assemble using my dies. And I cut these out on my Big Shot. You may have a Big Shot, or you may have another die cutting machine at home. And I'm going to use the snail adhesive again. And I'm just going to assemble this on my my watercolor. And I actually didn't put it on the whole piece, about halfway. And let's do one more. I always like to do things in odd numbers. Okay. Then I'm going to use this leaf, and to put that down I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm using the mini ones. Okay. Come on. All right. I'll take off those backings. This is just a little piercing tool. Okay. I'm going to put that on like that. Then I cut out a little frame here. This is actually from the Ornate Frames. It is a holiday carryover. And I'm going to use Shaded Spruce. The sentiment that I'm using just says hello, and it actually came from Timeless Tropics, or Timeless Tropical. This is in our mini catalog right now. So there's quite a few tropical options for you. I was kind of in the mood to escape today. All right. Hopefully it's not quite, but it will do. Not quite. And then I'm going to use the Tropical Oasis trinkets. Now, I know we've got little guitars, pineapples, hibiscus, but I want to use a leaf. Okay. And to adhere the trinkets, we use glue dots. All right, so you stick your embellishment on the glue dot, and then it's supposed to be on your embellishment. All right. How cute is that? And then we're going to use some more mini dimensionals. Gosh, my fingers, I'm all thumbs today. Okay. I can hear birds singing outside right now. Okay. And I think we'll put that right there. Okay. Then we're going to put the rest of our card together. Okay. I want to make sure my paper's not upside down. So let's use our snail. Just on the outside perimeter. And make sure it's centered. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors. And then, because I don't like flat cards, I'm going to use more dimensionals. These are the regular size ones. One on each corner. And then we'll take the backings off. Okay. And there's the last one. Come on. There we go. All right. Ta-da! And there you have a fun watercolor technique. Okay. I did two more, just so I'll show you a couple other color combinations. This one, this background is from the same pack of paper, the Tropical Oasis. And that is shaded spruce and garden green, old olive, and a little bit of daffodil delight in there. And then this one, I did daffodil delight, petal pink. What else did I do? I think I did lovely lipstick and flirty flamingo. Isn't that pretty? All right. Super fun, super easy. If you're going to place an order, here is my April host code. If your order is under $150, if it's over $150, I want you to claim your own hostess credit, so you get free merchandise. And you can find me on Facebook, Stamping with Jennifer Sinceri. Thank you. Bye. Happy stamping.